of a different, TV show different. Now, last night I watched the third special of Doctor Who, and of course I enjoyed it. Except I wrote just a few things down. Now, at the beginning of it, it had the year 1925, where it shows a guy going into a toy store. Okay, fair enough. And of course, okay, toy maker. I thought 1925, and the Doctor didn't show up until I think 1964 or 1964. Huh? I thought that was a bit strange at first, because the years didn't seem to work out right. Now, of course, I ended up realising, once realising that he just showed up there and somehow crossed over to Earth's dimension. In other words, right? Now, of course, we've got, we've got unit, where of course the Doctor's taken to unit, right? And trying to work out, what's going on. I have this face of a doll, laughs, and of course trying to work out. Then of course Donna and Mel and they work out with the time, and they end up having to travel back in time. 1925, because when they realise, it's the toy maker. So anyway, ends up playing a game as usual, and of course going through the doors and in the big room, of course, the toy makers going through some of the companions, and then play a game. And so they play a cards game, and of course the Doctor says, I've already won. The very first time that the toy maker met the Doctor. So then, of course, he might get a bit angry. He gets angry, and the next minute, the Doctor and Donna run out of that shop, and it disappears, and then there's this box. Now, because they go back to unit, and they're talking away, and then there's this dancing number. Now, of course, Russell T Davies has said, because of Neil Patrick Harris, a really good actor, right? Really good actor. He can sing and he can dance and all that. But I don't really think there was any need for the dancing and the song of the Spice Girls. I mean, the songs of the Spice Girls were pretty good. But I don't think it was really necessary to have that. Right? And they're dancing. Right? Now, of course, backtracking a bit, Mel meets the doctor, sees that he's changed ways, and they have a bit of a chat. Right? Now, going back to when, after the toy maker's done his little song and dance, he disappears. Floor opens up, a little door in the floor opens up, goes in, disappears. Next thing I hear a noise with the big gun that they use to destroy the satellite. But of course, that didn't stop the toy maker. Right? They go outside, and of course, unit looks like the Avengers Tower. Don't know why. Looks like the Avengers Tower. And then they see the toy maker, and of course he's in a, he fires on the ground, and the unit soldiers are back. Alright. Now, he and this is the thing. He says, "Oh, who am I going to shoot?" And the doctor says, "It's it's not with them, it's with me, right?" And he shoots the doctor. And of course, Donna says, no, the doctor's not going to die, and then Mel says the same. And they're on either side of the doctor. And of course, glowing and all that. And then suddenly she says, the glowing disappears, and he says, it feels different this time. And he says, "Oh, pull." So pull. Donna pulls one arm, Mel pulls the other arm, and the next minute there's two doctors. So you've got one that, in other words, one can have a rest, while the other one can go and save people and that. Now, the thing is, now, when I saw that, I thought, at first I thought, why did they do that? But I kept watching, and then I realised that before that regeneration, before they talked to all that pain, and of course, eventually, Donald, and they're in the TARDIS, I don't think how it's going to work, this, at first, Donna says to the doctor, "Oh, you come home." Then, the doctor says, "Oh, how's it going to work?" So then the 15th Doctor goes, "Yes," goes over and opens up the little door in the floor, takes out a mallet, which was from the toy maker, and then goes out of the TARDIS. They all go out, and the next minute he says his line, hits the side of the TARDIS, and another one comes out of that TARDIS. Which means 15 Doctor's got his own TARDIS, 14 Doctor's got his own TARDIS, and of course he can go, 15 doesn't go or fly off and, save people and that. While the 14th Doctor can rest and, go on little trips in the TARDIS with Donna's family and, and the 14th Doctor can have a rest because all that pain and that. And the 15th Doctor, as I said, can go off and save people and adventures, and that's fine, right? Now, you could say, well, actually, there's two Doctors in the same timeline, right? Now, remember when in the when you had the 3 Doctors and the 5 Doctors, those specials, where the 5th Doctor's past selves, where they were all in their own timeline, right? And as soon as the 5th Doctor they started his other selves being plucked out of their own timeline because of Barusa wanting power, sort of thing. So and of course they saved and won and stopped Barusa, and they all went off into their own timeline. So they all had their own adventures. It's a bit like with the 14th Doctor and the 15th Doctor, where the actual 15th Doctor, everyone sees them, going to different places. While the 14th Doctor is there, but him and other people, they're having their own adventures. Even though it's in the same timeline, it means that the 14th Doctor doesn't have to disappear. It means that it's sort of like years ago, how when the first Doctor regenerated and so on, all these other selves were in their own timeline. So by having it where it splits into 2, and this is another thing with the regeneration. When the 13th Doctor regenerated, it was supposed to be, the 15th Doctor was supposed to be the 14th Doctor. But the toy maker must, by the looks, I'd say, interfere with it, because he liked the 10th Doctor's face. So he interferes with that regeneration. So as soon as, the 14th Doctor's regenerated, it goes, the face, what? So he's got the face of his 10th incarnation. So it means that the one that was supposed to be the 14th, which is the 15th now, you could say he's in limbo. He's in a place where he's stuck. Right? Which means he's, in other words, side, so they're in one. Right? So the 15th Doctor is stuck in another place. Of course, when the toy maker causes the 14th Doctor to regenerate, it splits by degeneration. Now, I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed it, but I thought that the dancing scene, I don't really think that was necessary. I mean, I know Neil Patrick Harris is a really good actor. I mean, we've all seen him in show Doogie Howsey from years ago. He's been in How You Met My Mother. He's been in movies, and he's a really good actor. And to have him play the toy maker, because the toy maker can sort of look different, because he's like a being. you know, he's a good actor, right choice to play the toy maker. Right. Now, fair enough. But as I said, there was no need to have that dancing part. But everything else, fine, no problem. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, the DB show, I'm doing the DB show a little bit different. In the background, behind me, I've got like, it looks like space. That looks like, it's planet, sort of another, put a universal like planets together. And you've got it all round. I might be using that for my Doctor Who fan film, which I have to wait till February next year to start getting all bits and pieces, make the TARDIS, the console, getting all the switches and all that, work out what switches for the console, the console walls, might even be making K9, not sure at the moment, but might be making K9, so yeah, but I enjoyed that episode, so that's why I thought I'd do the DB show a little bit different and have this in the background. But yeah, the dancing thing, no. But everything else, and especially with the regeneration. Now the 14th Doctor could have regenerated, right, fine. But I suppose in a way it would have a sort of happy ending, which meant the 14th Doctor is sort of in his own timeline, sort of. Even though he's on Earth and the 15th Doctor's off having his own adventures and that. 14th Doctor is sort of in his own timeline, even though he's in the same timeline as the 15th Doctor. Right? But the 14th Doctor can have a rest because all that pain. So, yeah, so that was my little talk on the special, the giggle. Yeah, so it's good to see Mel, you know, meeting the Doctor after so many years again, and because the last time she saw the Doctor, it was 7th incarnation. So between the 7th right up until the 14th, hadn't seen any of the Doctors. But it was good, and it was good to have her in there, and she's part of the unit, and that, and of course, Kate says about Donna, maybe Donna can join unit. I mean, that, you know, that would be good. She should be good at that, but, you know. But I still, sort of the dancing thing, I don't think that was really necessary. But anyway, that's my little talk on that. And as I said, I have to wait till February to do my Doctor Who fan film, get all the bits and pieces, TARDIS, the console and the console walls, and maybe might make K9. I'd do it now if I had the money, but I don't have money to do it, so I have to wait till February. But anyway, This is DB signing off. Take care, everybody.